So everyone, we are going live.
Nothing is predestined. The obstacles of your past can become the gateways that lead to new beginnings. Good afternoon to one and all. Even though we are going through a very threatening situation, we are getting into a new academic year in a quite different way. With the chirping of the birds and the rising of the sun, I welcome you all to a new academic session 2020-21. This is indeed a precious moment to recall the past, thank for what we are today, and to keep ourselves motivated and energized in the years to come. Respecting our rich tradition and system, let's begin the formal session by evoking the blessings of the Lord Almighty. I invite Millie B. Cockard for the prayer song.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, you pardon, Lord. And where there is love, true faith in you. Oh, Master, grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, you pardon, Lord. And where there is love, true faith in you.
And now, I kindly request Alpha Tom of 12V to extend a warm word of welcome.
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Respected manager, principal, vice principal, beloved teachers, and my dear friends. As we all know, the whole world is passing through tough times. The pandemic has shackled our lives, creating challenges after challenges. But bigger the challenges, bigger is opportunities for growth. Striving with challenges and transforming them to opportunities. Here we are, scripting history. Having filled our lockdown days with creativity, we have gathered here with even more enthusiasm and more energy to experience the joy of virtual learning. We are today beginning our new academic year 2020-21 in a completely different manner. Our honorable manager, Father Darwin Balamandil, is a humble leader with an appealing personality. He is a strong pillar of support for all the endeavors of Saps. We are lucky to start the second year under his charismatic and inspiring leadership. With lots of love and respect, I welcome him to this gathering. I'm extremely delighted and privileged to welcome our new principal, Father Joshi Vanipuragal, maybe for the first time to a public meeting in our school. As not a newcomer at Saps, but a part of it, who is a few years apart from us. With more experience and expertise, he has returned as our principal to lead our school to greater heights. Wishing you a fruitful career at Saps. On behalf of all the students and the entire school, hearty welcome to you, Father. Our beloved Vice Principal, Father Manu K. Matthew, need no introduction to us. His selfless efforts, wonderful leadership, and coordination was a catalyst for the achievements of our school. We welcome you to this gathering, Father. Our teachers were never reluctant to undertake the painstaking efforts to adapt themselves to this new medium of education. It was their zealous work that made all this possible. With much reverence and gratitude, I welcome the dedicated crew of teachers and non-teaching staff at Saps. And finally, the soul and sap of the school, you, the students of St. Antony's Public School, I welcome each one of you to this virtual meeting. Thank you. Wishing you all a wonderful year ahead.
Thank you, Alvin. No event charms up without a formal inauguration. I invite a person who constantly extends the love and support To all the high prospects of this institution, our dear manager, Reverend Father Darwin Valamanel, for the inaugural address.
Good afternoon all. Respected Principal Reverend Father Joshi Vaniperekil, Vice Principal Reverend Father Manu K. Matthew, school faculty, honorable parents and my dear students. 1st of June has been earmarked as the opening day for all schools in the state of Kerala. This day usually marks the marching of students to their schools with their new set of textbooks and other accessories, but the unprecedented outbreak of coronavirus put a sudden brake on all our customary activities, and so it be in the case of the beginning of the scholastic year. The emergency situation prevalent at the time didn't allow us to have an official closing of the last academic year, but we have learned to adjust to the months. The principal of the school, Reverend Father Sunny Kurvala, has handed over the baton to Father Joshi Vaniperikal, who is himself young, dynamic and experienced. Father Joshi is not new to the Saps. He had been the vice principal in our school before 6 years. He has taken his former school citadel to new heights of glory in the 6 academic years. When he was the principal there, on behalf of the whole school community, let me accord a warm welcome to him. Reverend Father Manu K. Matthew had been working hand in hand with Reverend Father Sunny Kuribala to take this school to a new heights of glory and success. Hearty welcome is due to Reverend Father Manu K. Matthew. The teaching and non-teaching faculty have put in their best to adjust to the changed scenario and perform their duty with the utmost care, diligence and dedication. Hearty welcome to them too. Many students of our school have taken pains to become confident, thoughtful young people who are prepared for any future challenges in an exciting and increasingly global world. Wishing you all a very fruitful and prosperous new academic year. I remind you all to go ahead with great enthusiasm and zeal. I inaugurate this academic year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. As we all know, Reverend Father Sunny Kurula Maniakupara, a man of letters and a lover of technology, has stepped down from the post of principal of SAPS after 3 long academic years. And now, we are glad to see a person who had touched the soul and knows the pulse of SAPS as the captain of our ship. He is none other than Reverend Father Joshi Vanipurikil. He was a former vice principal. With great honor and respect, Father, once again, hearty welcome to SAPS family.
Good afternoon. Each academic year brings new hopes and new goals for life. Respected manager, Father Darwin, Vice Principal, Father Manu, respected teachers, parents, and my dearest students. It is a privilege for me to work once again with the management, students, teachers, and parents of SAPS, where I have previously worked and gained experience as the Vice Principal. I hope you had a healthy stay at home during the corona outbreak and lockdown, and you had been strictly following the instructions and guidelines laid by the health department and government. I also hope that you are relaxed, recharged, and ready to start the new academic year. Each year brings challenges and positive changes. This year, we are focusing on the online method of teaching until the situations are under control. The online mode would be similar to the classroom study and you will enjoy it. Dear children, the first step that leads to success in life is active learning. Scoring good marks in exams is, of course, a part of education. But beyond these test scores, you seek the spark and joy innate in the learning process. Be your master, prepare your lessons, pay attention in classes, participate in all the activities in the school and connected with these online classes. Respect your elders, teachers in every aspect. Try to look into the world around you and learn something new every second. This will help you to lead a dignified life. Build up a good character that will earn you respect. Dear students, you are the pillars of the society. Be strong and confident. Seek guidance from your teachers and parents. Their experiences will help you find an answer to all your queries. The secret behind the success of all great personalities is perseverance. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says, hard work and confidence is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. In Bible we are reading, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom. So dear students, humble yourself before the Creator, the Lord. This brings you wisdom and knowledge. I wish you for a very promising year. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your valuable words. Next, I would like to call upon Merita Thomas of 12T for giving an awareness of the present scenario. Good afternoon, all. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. The coronavirus, or COVID-19, is inciting panic for a number of reasons. It's a new virus, meaning no one has immunity and there is no vaccine. Its novelty means that scientists aren't sure yet how it behaves, since they have little history to go on. It's a time of massive upheaval. There are so many things outside of our control, including how long the pandemic lasts. So friends, instead of getting caught up in fear of what might happen, can we just try to shift our focus to things that we can control? For example, we cannot control how severe the coronavirus outbreak is in our city or town. But as a social being and a responsible citizen, we can take steps to reduce our own personal risk, such as washing our hands frequently for at least 20 seconds with soap and water or a hand sanitizer. Avoid touching our face. Avoid crowds and gatherings of 10 or more people. Keeping 1 meter distance between ourselves and others when out. Getting plenty of sleep, which helps to support our immune system. And above all, follow all recommendations from our health authorities. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease. For the sake of lives lost and the rest of humanity, let us all pledge to beat Corona back. Let's be careful, not fearful. Dispel the myths of Corona scare, imbibe correct knowledge, and become aware. Follow cough etiquettes, hand hygiene, and personal care. We are so strong. The world has survived different kinds of crises. People have seen world wars and economic depression, but the human spirit has endured and survived. So let's all hope for the best.
We can also take this moment to thank all our healthcare heroes for risking their own health to care for our community. And let us keep them in our prayers. So together, by doing our part, let's break the chain. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Narita. In the present scenario, we all thought that online classes would be a distant reality. But no, we made it possible. Let me invite Ashwin Shankar of 12T to share the experience we had in the past 1 month of online training.
Respected principal, vice principal, manager, beloved teachers, and my dear friends. Good afternoon. The world is currently going through tough times. No one has an inkling on when this pandemic will end. It is the human virtue to endure these ordeals, strive, and persevere from it. Education is the lamp that we shall behold to overcome the darkness. But when we all are restricted to the four corners, stay home and distance ourselves for our own sake, contact of physical schooling is impossible, and online class is the only and best remedy available. I'm privileged to say that our St. Antony's Public School was the first school in this region to start live online classes for its students. I congratulate the school management for this timely and spontaneous response. Our teachers do face a lot of hardships for taking classes, but their meticulous efforts amidst all those hardships with full zeal and enthusiasm actually motivates us. As a student, I understand that online class is not a perfect substitute for physical schooling. It has its own limitations. It cannot replace that vibrant and congenial atmosphere of a classroom. But online classes ensure that we remain engaged to our work during these locked-in days. Also, in purview of the 10th and 12th board examinations, it will help to ease our preparations for as well, because covering the whole syllabus within a short span of time is quite difficult. Also, online classes prevent us from being idle during these times. Online class is a perfect example of the wise and timely usage of technology, and it is also a testimony to prove the human virtue of getting adapted to changes. I really hope that we all shall return to our favorite school Saps, meet our dear teachers, and sit with our dear friends very soon. Till then, online classes will be our way of education. Let me conclude by saying that we shall overcome. Thank you.
I am very happy to be with you on this online meeting. As we know, today we have started a new academic year. Let's thank God. Let's start with God's grace. Seek the blessings of parents and grandparents. There are no limits to what you can accomplish, except the limits you place on your own thinking. Sometimes we are tested not to show our weakness, but to discover our strength. This is the right day that take good decision. Decision should be with God. As we know, we open new books. Its pages are blank. We are going to write words on these books. The book is called Opportunity, and it is the first chapter that you are going to write. And dear students, I take this opportunity to thank Thompson, CEO of Eloit, who is a supporter of this online assembly, and they are providing online teaching support to us. Also, I thank Cherian sir for his unending support. Dear students, thank you so much. We are eagerly waiting for your presence in our school. I wish to see you soon at the earliest. Thank you so much.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. I request Minno Tom of 12T to deliver the word of thanks. Nurturing us with knowledge, even in this massive pandemic, rendering lights, a radiant one to this future generation. And hence, I extend my sincere gratitude to our dear principal, Father Joshi Sebastian, to our vice principal, Father Manu K. Matthew, who stood with us in all situations with his sheer will, and our manager, Father Darwin Valvanil, who is a pillar of support for us, and our loving teachers, who are the heart and soul of this school, and the epitome of true hard work. Last but not the least, I thank each and every one of you for participating in this event. Temper us in fire and we grow stronger. When we suffer, we survive. Thank you. Thank you, Minu. There is a beginning in an end. It's true that you can't reclaim what you had, but you can lock it up behind you. Start fresh. I congratulate each one of you for working hard enough in the previous year, and thank you for adding glory to our school's name. Once again, I would like to thank all the teachers who worked even harder than us and helped us each time when we struggled with things. I hope our new academic year helps us reach greater heights. Thank you. This is Faber Sebastian signing off.